it seems to be that you see with the passports and everything, it's a different country. But I don't see the eastern part of Germany is just another country and another nationality, and I don't have nothing to do with it. That's not true.
But it's very difficult to get into it and to get information from it and to work with it. We are very separated from it.
Yeah, really.
And the politics here and in the East are so established that we are not allowed to get into it, to get any information about it.
They're not allowed to play any bands over there. It would be very interesting to play with bands over there. And, well, for the point, it wouldn't even come to a unity because even of the economics, because our point of economics is much more far and wider than they are, you know. It's very hard to get rid of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. これちょっと写真撮らせて。Can I take a picture?
Yes, of course.
Because we
And
take a
take that
layout.
Take that with you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Take it. If you're interested, you can phone and ask for another date when the
転がしてくれよそれ。
ready end of the month soonest.
Yes.
We are also doing a magazine. If you're
Yes, please
interested.
show me.
Is it?
Oh. Yes.
You want to take pictures now?
Yes, that's okay. And
Okay.
very, yes.
This is our magazine.
Yes.
It's called Useful, Useless. Brauchbar und brauchbar in German.
Yes.
And it's
You make?
90 different pages
I see.
from people all over the world.
Yes.
Xerox and handmade copies.
Oh.
And it's only 50
50 copies.
50 copies only, yes.
Oh.
There's another thing we do.
Okay. Okay, first time as I catch this room.
I see, yeah.
Yes, and sitting talking.
Yeah, I'm not used to this, you know. It's very strange for me in a way.
Okay.回ってるの? No, そういうのじゃなくてちゃんと書いてあるやつがあるだろう。
You mean rock and roll or new wave music?
Sorry.
Yes.
As a question, how do you think about two Germany, West and
No, not. Please try.
You know, I'm just interested in American music. I don't know anything about American music. It's boring for me.
Yes.
What is the difference?
That's okay.
You know, I like to listen to music
Yes.
which some friends make,
Yes.
you know. Friends I'm close to.
Yes.
Not any American group from Los Angeles.
I see.
You know, it's a war for me.
I
It's
see.
far away and it's big business and I'm
Yes.
just not interested in it.
Okay.
I didn't get your question.
Now, why you make just cassette tapes?
It's just easy, you know. Everybody can do it.
Yes.
And you can make music, record it, make some copies,
Yeah.
and give it to friends.
Yes.
It's quite easy and very direct, you know.
Yes.
And it's very cheap. In
Yes.
Germany, if you want to make a record and you want to make, let's say, 1,000 copies, you have to pay around 2,000 marks. It's just too expensive. And it's uninteresting, you know. And so you can make 20 or 50 or 100 copies and give them away, you know. It's quite cheap and very direct. It's a very good medium. Yeah, nowadays everybody can do And now the people get conscious of this sentence, you know, and everybody tries to do something, to express himself in maybe creative ways. So that's the difference between nowadays and 5 or 6 years ago. Everybody can do something, and the people are conscious about it, you know. So they do it. It's quite easy. I'm not interested in any scenes or, you know, Daft their plant. They are already very famous. They sell thousands of records. And you know, Daft are now with Virgin Records in London. And they got lots of money, you know. And this is a product and this has to be sold. It's just commercial in a way. And so there's another thing in mechanism, you know, of distributing and more people, another medium, you know, TV stations and radio and such things. They're already famous. But maybe famous. Rich and famous. No, that's it.
Bueno. Very serious.
Everything can be experimental, you know, when it's cracking up old rules, trying out new ways. Anything can be experimental, don't know what it is, you know.
Mm. こういうカセットテープはね、今一応ドイツのミュージックシーンに一体どういうような形で影響してるのかみたいなね。
These many cassette tapes influenced the German music scene.
Most of them, yeah. But they're all very different, you know. There are these punk pogo music, and the other sides are mostly synthesizer stuff, you know, and radio tunes and, you know, trying around with noises. Sometimes not music, just noises, you know, cars and anything, you know.
But
By this cassette tape, you want to do by cassette music. What do you want to do?
your dreams and yes.
Only say
First of all, I want a hit, a real hit, a tape hit.
Yes,
You know Wow 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 from England?
I see.
They had a hit. First cassette they did was a C10, you know, 5 minutes each side. And this was a hit. And I want a hit, you know. But most of all, I wanted to be small. Not to become great, you know. Such big business. Because so it's more interesting. As soon as the industry is involved in any way, it gets very difficult, more money-wise, business-wise. And I think this is bad for the creativity. So everybody wants to do money, make money. And this is no good.
Do you
I
believe?
want it to be small,
Do you believe in cassette tapes can make a new system like a record media?
No.
You don't believe? Cannot?
Maybe, the quality is getting better, but most of the people say they want hi-fi quality, because they got these huge boxes and huge amplifiers and good stuff, and they want to get hi-fi sounds.
I see.
Usually I shit on hi-fi if the idea is good, the music is okay, and I like it, but most of the people do want hi-fi quality.
I see.
And I don't think that a large amount of people will interest themselves for tapes, Don't think so. Really small, in a way, Maybe in some months or so, more and more people are doing tapes. Also famous people, I got some tapes from the synthesis of Duff, and he's doing tapes. Very good stuff, And as soon as the people hear about it, they want to hear it and they buy it, because he's famous. And they're sure, okay, this product must be okay, And this helps, of course, the other people who are doing tapes and who are not famous. So this is quite good. Yeah, but I think it will also it will be limited. Maybe in a production, maybe 400 or 500 copies, but not more.
考えとかなきゃダメだよ、聞いてる間に。
Cassette music is
We do also Xerox things and small other things, Small art, mail art. It started all with mail art. Somebody sent me a tape and I had to send it back, that's the rule. Another tape back, this swap thing. And this is good. It's nobody forcing you, to exhibit yourself. It's just more private.
Yes, yes.
When somebody sends us a tape, we send a tape back, It's quite simple. No money involved. It's just listening to music which somebody made anywhere.
I'm very busy, and take a camera.
It makes me nervous. It's not good for me,
You don't like, me too.
No.
I like just to take.
Yeah. No, it's so official in a way. If you say something, you said this stage,
I see.
and maybe tomorrow I will say something else.
I see. Yes.
And I'm not prepared to do statements and.
I see. I see. 撮ってそしたら、
Shampoo von Polycur reinigt schonend und mild. Und ein wertvoller Vitaminkomplex erhält von Natur aus schönes Haar, so schön wie es ist. Es sieht vital und lebendig aus.
Yeah. Now I think German
Please
rock
see
was,
this camera, ne?
yeah, I think German rock was in the first time was very too strong, influenced by American or English rock music in the first time, but there were very interesting experiments, e.g. from groups like Kraftwerk, was I think was one of the first, or later Tangent Dream and so, and I think some of these groups have influenced American and English music in later years too. And in the last 3 years, I think, German music has got a special form of rock music or popular music, and is very strong influenced by electronic sounds and so more than American or English pop or rock music, I think. No? Because they have a tradition in this. The tradition was beginning as companists of e.g. like Stockhausen or so and so on, and the musicians here got a special own form of expression. And in the last 1 or 2 years, German groups and German musicians are accepted in other countries, maybe in England or in America or maybe in Japan. So I don't know where exactly. In Australia, I don't know where exactly. But if you take some newspapers of England or US, you can read that German rock music is more accepted than in the first years, where only were plagiating American or English music.
Yes.
Too much scientific.
Now German rock scene is hard. Now German rock scene.
Please show me in Japanese audience. Very real German music.
German rock scene.
Yes.
German rock scene is splitted now in its moment. Just a moment.
Er tritt der Welt Essen gegenüber.
It's normal. I must eat because I'm hungry. It's 1 second. Last. Now it's away. Very good. Coffee. Just a moment.
We are just at work.
So I can speak to the public. I'm ready. I'm fit. German rock scene is split. Pop scene is split now. We can say, or isn't it? I'm speaking with a friend of mine, one of the first punk new wave musicians of Germany. But you can see him because the camera is directed to me. Split it in conservative or conventional rock musicians. Only always copying and plagiating English or American music groups, and are singing English, and they're playing always the long soli and so on, and the same improvisations that the English and German musicians or the West Coast musicians were played 10 years or 15 years ago, because they want to make money, and the conscience of the normal public is maybe now at the base of 1973 or 4. And the other part of German rock scene is working rather actual, contemporary and modern, but there are not so many people are interested in this music because the medias like newspapers, radio, and so on, and the record societies too, the record companies are not so interested because it's still yet too angry, too extreme, and too much experimental. I think they want to wait 2 or 3 years till they see it's possible to bring this in a commercial base and to earn money with this. But now it's very hard, and in Germany especially, and they wait and they want to look what, how many of these groups will stay for the next years. But they are very interesting groups, and I think the most interesting European music groups, the most are in Germany maybe, but the public don't know because the media are not interested. If you read, if you listen, I think the Plan is an important and interesting group. I think it's more important than Kraftwerk now because they are influenced by Kraftwerk, let's say, in electronic sounds, but they worked with this results of the working of Kraftwerk. And if you listen to the new Kraftwerk LP, then you can hear that they have not evoluted their sound. They're only trading the same method, you know, as they worked with last LP, the Man Machine. It's the same, but not so good as the Man Machine, you know. It's anachronistic. Plan is chronistic, is actual, is working in the moment. And if you take groups with conventional instruments, let's say the first album of Fehlfarben, so it's not so very actual or strange or special in music, but it's very good in words. If you listen to the words, or you can translate the words are in German. They have a new conscience. They only the most of the new groups are singing in German. In the last 10 years, they all were singing in English, and now they sing in their own language. And the other countries and the guys of other countries accept, because why do we accept 10 years singing of 20 years pop music always in English? No? Why should only we translate the English words? Why should not the English or the Japanese or the Australian translate the German words? Because now they see, they check up their own history, their own traditions and so on, and they get a new form of self-conscience, you know.